These videos are starting to become less and less typical. It's Saturday, and we're seeing a musical today. This is very atypical, but my parents are not here yet. They should be at the house in about an hour from now. We had an errand to run this morning. My car has now been in the shop twice in the last 2 weeks for stupid things. So we're going to pick up Stella because that's normally the car we drive to the musicals. So Brett's inside right now paying and getting the keys and all that jazz. And I'm about to go home, and then I can finish kind of getting ready. Fun times.
Got the car.
Got the goods.
$400 later. It's got a 3-year, $36,000 warranty.
Back in the bathroom. So today, we're not actually seeing a musical. We're seeing a drama, I think is how we would categorize it, a play. It's the one my mom's been looking forward to all season. Today we're seeing To Kill a Mockingbird. I think a lot of people have heard what To Kill a Mockingbird is, but just in case, let me read you the synopsis from the Strass Center's website. This is what it says. I'll read it. It doesn't tell me anything about this thing. All rise for Academy Award winning Aaron Sorkin's adaptation of Harper Lee's Pulitzer Prize winning masterwork. The New York Times critics pick To Kill a Mockingbird is the most successful American play in Broadway history. New York Magazine calls it phenomenal, majestic, and incandescent. It's filled with breadth and nuance and soul. With direction of Tony Award winner Bartlett Shear, To Kill a Mockingbird, the greatest novel of all time, has quickly become one of the greatest plays in history. Emmy Award-winning actor Richard Thomas will play the role of Atticus Finch in the national tour. That tells me nothing about what this actually is, but that's what we have. I'm pretty sure this is a book a lot of people read in high school, but if you're anything like me, you're not a strong reader, and so you probably Cliff Notes the whole book. So I really don't know what I'm getting myself into today. My mom's excited because she knows who Richard Thomas is. I, being of the younger generation, do not. I also have no clue what I'm wearing today. I'm just gonna wear what I wore on Easter.
I got you a mimosa from the neighbors. Yeah, I walked over there just to see how they were doing this morning, and his wife goes, "You want a mimosa?" And I was like, "You know what, make it 2, because Kate would probably kill me if I didn't come back with 2. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh man. Here. We'll just finish. I am sweating all my makeup off. Makeup's done. I was gonna try and curl my hair. I don't know if I have enough time for that. We'll see. Alright, I am dressed and ready to go. If you saw a picture from Easter, I'm wearing the exact same thing, and that's fine. You're allowed to repeat outfits. And look who decided to show up. Now, at the end of this video, Mom and I have a special announcement. So, make sure you keep watching all the way to the end. At our favorite place.
Here we are.
As you all know and love.
You come here live.
Alright, Mom, what'd you get this time?
I got a club wrap, something new, and potato salad, which was new.
And you'll never guess what I got. I'm pretty basic. And we did get cookies. Now to enjoy our food and company, and we'll check back with you later. It is now 1 o'clock, and not that we're running late, but we should probably start heading over to the Strat Center because some dummy forgot the tickets again.
Oh yeah, I forgot that part.
And we'll call to hopefully pick up the tickets that we forgot at home.
No panic though, we know what to do this time.
I was say I've seen the tickets. I just left them I left it at home. Awesome. Thank you so much. Secure the tickets.
Like John. This is so stupid. And now I have a whole row standing. Oh, maybe I just have to go this way. No, see, because I really would like more of my playback. But look at that picture. Look.
Oh, incoming.
Thank you.
She left. She was shunned. The only one.
Oh, it's still not perfect, but she's not in the picture. So it's good enough. And you got my thumb, too much thumb. I'm done. Not really, but I'm done.
Midshow Thoughts.
So I had very high expectations for their show and really wasn't sure how they were going to present it. And it's exceeding my expectations. And I'm really, truly enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's a little infuriating just because of the story and with the racism and all that kind of stuff. But it's back in the 30s, and that's how they were in the South. I'm just so happy.
Because then we also found out that
one of the characters,
Miss Henry.
Oh my gosh!
The old cranky
lady.
The old cranky lady played
Scout
in the movie.
In the movie. That is like too cool. Too cool.
Theater really popping during intermission. Now we're criticizing how everyone's doing a great job. Yeah. So I guess it's not really criticizing.
No, we're mid-critique.
Mid-critique.
It's okay.
She's enjoying herself very much, so.
It's just really good.
I think it's pretty good.
Well, and the end is really because it'll be good. I mean, it's so powerful. It's just powerful. All right, I'm gonna leave
she
some.
Loves it.
I'm gonna leave some for later.
All right, so here we are once again after a play. There was no singing and dancing.
No,
there was no dancing. There
Correct.
Was singing.
Yes, there was.
But it wasn't the typical musical.
Correct.
So, we did something new that you saw is we put a little mid-show thoughts on it, so you could probably see where this is going. But now we'll talk more about the whole storyline, the sets, and the kind of like just the overall review of the play.
So we're going to talk about To Kill a Mockingbird
with Richard Thomas as Atticus Finch.
Yes, and I know you're all sitting there going, Richard who? But he was John Boy Walton on the Waltons. Go look at it on Netflix or Hulu somewhere.
So I will say overall, it was funnier than I thought it was going to be. I had no expectations going into this, unlike some people. I had no clue what we were getting into. I knew it was a play though, so at least you had that mindset. But it was a lot funnier than I thought it would have been.
I agree. There was a lot of humor in it, which I think that just added to the whole show, because it didn't. When you think play, you think seriousness, and especially knowing the storyline, because I already knew the storyline. So you think it's going to be this big like drama, and there was, and it was. I mean, yes, it was. There was drama, but the humor it was all appropriate, and it just added to the whole show.
It is a very, very, very dark story, and very much like many times in the show you kind of are like, I really don't like you.
Yes.
But it was nice, the comedy that was in it kind of made it a little of a lighter thing, so you weren't the entire time like, I don't like you. Yes. So it was nice to have the comedy relief almost. The set. What we really liked with the set is there was a cohesiveness, kind of like going back to when with Wicked, there was a cohesiveness in Wicked with the clock. There was a cohesiveness with this background because background always stayed the same.
Yes.
But the features that came onto the stage, those are what changed, and that's kind of what defined the set. And every time the set did change, it was always during like a monologue almost of the kids helping set the scene, but they're like walking across the stage or talking while the cast moves on the set pieces.
Yes.
Though you could tell the set was changing, your eye wasn't drawn to it. But the set was very cool, I would say.
I would too. I liked it a lot.
There was the scene of a recurring scene of the trial.
Yeah, so you were in the courthouse.
There was the recurring scene of their house, the Finch's house.
Right, so you had the front, and it was very cool. So you had the front porch of the house, but what was very cool about it is, okay, some stuff came down from the ceiling, but the roof would come down from the rafters and had a tree attached to it. So it really made it look real. I mean, it made it look real.
It was super simple,
right?
But it really, like, you truly felt like that was the front porch. And then even there were sometimes, you said it at dinner, that they would walk into the house, and then the set was supposed to be inside the house, and so the porch split in half.
Yep.
Moved away, and there was the inside. It was already kind of set, which was cool.
Which was very
It was just very interesting and kind of cool, and probably one of the best sets we've seen, I would say.
Yeah, I would say too, because it was simple, but it was perfect.
Yeah.
So I had very high expectations for the show, I will admit it. But then I kind of thought, well, it's a play, and then on the other hand, I said, I hope I don't fall asleep during it, because Lord knows what's going to happen. And I was just so enamored with everything. And I thought that the acting was excellent, the way they were approached everything, the way they were telling the story from the kids' point of view, retelling the story, and just the interaction. And midway through the show, I was like, I love this show. I don't even know what I would say. We did come up with something negative. Oh, the two kids could have been like maybe a little shorter. I don't think they could have been necessarily younger because of the role that they played, but for being children, they were a little tall. So I had a little bit of an issue. That's the only thing that I kind of had an issue with, because when they were out there by themselves talking, and they were great.
Yes.
It's when you brought Atticus in, and now he's supposed to be consoling this girl that is almost as tall as him. So that's the only thing. That was the only thing.
And it really was the height, because they talked. Really, their voices sounded young.
They did, and they used dialogue was young. It's just she was tall. She was tall. She's
tall for her age. The only other thing I pointed out is I did feel like the first half was a little longer than the second half, but it wasn't like drawn out. There wasn't, I mean, truly all of it was all story.
Right.
They decided to place the middle of it, I thought, the first half was and felt a little longer. But with it being a play, it definitely kept my attention the entire time. I was never bored throughout it, you know. We'll leave Mom's rating to the end since I have a feeling we know where this is going. Based on all of that, I would probably rate this an 8. More because, you know, one of the big things that I'll talk now for the third time about this is, like, to be a 10, it's one of those I want to see over and over and over again and whatnot. Plays aren't really my favorite thing, so though this was a play, I do think it was still a very good play overall. There's nothing bad about it that I could say. I enjoyed myself. But overall, it was still really good, and it was well performed and everything. So I would give it an 8.
And I would give it, of course, a 12. No, I would, because we don't have that many stars. No, I would give it a 10 because I truly enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed it because you did have the gamut of emotions where you were laughing and then you were like upset and you were angry and then you were relieved and then other stuff happened and then you're like, oh, I get it now, and I did cry at the end. I don't know if I could go see this like right away, but I would see this play again in a heartbeat because I just thought it was very well done. All the actors did a fabulous job. It was just really good, really well done.
So, would you recommend it?
Oh, totally. I would, yes.
I think I would recommend it as well. Viewer warning to remember that the time of the show.
Yes, taking place in the 30s. The language. Okay, so there was not, we'll put it this way, there wasn't any cursing.
No.
In it, but some of the language was stuff that we don't say anymore. It's just it's raw. I'm going to say it's raw.
Yes.
And it's how they were back then. And I think that gives you, number one, an appreciation for how far we've come, although we can still go further, but it just, you have a different appreciation for where we're at now.
Yeah. So just keep in mind the time period. That's really what it is.
Yes.
It's the time period, so that's how people are going to talk, how they're going to act.
And location.
And location.
Right, because it's the South in the 30s.
As hinted to earlier, we do have a special announcement. And that special announcement is this series will last a lot longer than we expected because we have renewed our season tickets for the next season at the Straz Center.
Yay!
So this season we only had 8 shows. Next season we have 9. And there are 3 encore shows that are not a part of our season tickets, but with some convincing we'll probably be going to them. At least one of them. So we're really excited for that. Those shows will start in October. So once we're done, our last play on this season tickets are in May. So we'll have a little bit of a break in this series, but we'll continue it for the 2023-2024 season. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you go see it. See To Kill a Mockingbird if it's ever in your city. But until next time, bye.
Bye.